Premier meets potential South Korean investors. SDMC to review latest COVID SOPs. Public's reaction to being mask-free. Those are the headlines for tonight. I'm Handy Gui and this is TVS Nightline. Premier of Sarawak Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg and Deputy Premier Datuk Amar Awang Tengah Ali Hassan on Thursday met with two South Korean companies keen on investing in petrochemical-related industries in the state. The two potential investors will manufacture products that are part of the complex petrochemical chain that the state is currently promoting and developing.
In a statement, Abang Johari said he welcomed the investments as they are in line with Sarawak's post-COVID-19 development strategy, in which the petrochemical industry is a promoted sector that can assist the state to achieve its high-income economy status by 2030. He added Bintulu, as the base for the majority of Sarawak's petrochemical activities, has all the necessary infrastructure to support these types of investments. Furthermore, there are a few petrochemical projects which are currently ongoing in Bintulu that can provide synergy to these investments, which in turn will establish more complete value chains for the petrochemical industries in Sarawak. Meanwhile, the Ministry of International Trade, Industry and Investment will facilitate the investors on their proposals.
The Sarawak Disaster Management Committee, SDMC, will review and revise the Ministry of Health's latest relaxation of COVID-19 standard operating procedures. Deputy Premier Datuk Sri Dr. Sim Kui Hian said this is because blanket nationwide policies may not suit the local situation in Sarawak.
Dr. Sim called on Sarawakians, especially those with comorbidities, to prioritize their health and safety, even under the further relaxation of the COVID-19 SOPs. He also stressed that the public can play their part by doing regular COVID-19 self-testing and continuing to wear face masks. Minister of Health, Khairi Jamaluddin, announced that the use of face masks is no longer mandatory indoors, effective on Wednesday. However, the premises owners can determine whether the visitors are required to wear face masks.
To use or not to use? That's the question that is roaming everybody's mind when Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin announced that the use of face masks will no longer be mandatory in most indoor settings effective Thursday. As expected, the reaction of the public has been a mixed one, with some agreeing to this new mandate, while the other half find the use of masks still important in this day and age. Here's what the public has to say.
If the crowd is not that much, I think it's okay to open. It's okay to open. Just like now we can dine in, we can open up for half an hour for our food. I think that's okay. It still depends on the crowd. Yeah, because the virus is still there.
Saya setuju tidak pakai mask lagi sebab COVID sekarang semakin kurang. So penafas pun tidak terganggu. Kalau pakai mask, nafas saya terganggu. COVID tu sekarang dah kurang, penjarakan pun tidak perlu dijaga lagi.
Kami rasa yang perkara yang baik sebab netok pun dah kurang COVID juga, mesti pakai mask.
Sebab kesihatan juga mau dijaga juga lah, tak takut-takut penyakit, netok pun mau dijaga-jaga juga.
Bagi saya pemakaian mask ni walaupun tak diwajibkan dah, tapi bagi saya kita perlu pakai lagi lah sebab kita walaupun virus COVID-19 ni tak berleluasa dah, tapi virus lain masih ada. Jadi bagi kita nak protect diri kita sendiri, lebih better kita pakai mask lah. Sebab kita tak tahu orang lain tu ada penyakit ke tak. Jadi untuk kita tak nak kita berjangkit dengan orang lain, better untuk diri sendiri kita pakailah.
Now, the Ministry of Women, Early Childhood and Community Wellbeing Development KPWK remains committed to assisting the Minister of Home Affairs KDN in identifying the 100 recipients of notification letters on citizenship status involving applicants in the state. According to its minister, Dr. Sri Fatimah Abdullah, there are 50 unclaimed letters so far. She added that several problems were identified, which include a change of address, change in the applicant's contact number, changes in name of the village or longhouse, no access to postal or courier services due to geographical issues, or that the applicant simply was unable to go to the Ministry of Home Affairs in Putrajaya to obtain the documents due to financial constraints.
Dan alhamdulillah 50 tinggal lagi 50 lagi. So we will again work on this sebab bagi kita sayanglah kalau surat pemakluman itu tidak dituntut and then kalau dituntut kemudian tahu keputusan macam hari ini tadi, then masa depan boleh berubah.
Fatimah said the issue of citizenship and identity documents is one of the main social issues given focus by the ministry through the Social Development Council. Explaining further, Fatimah said such an effort was made because she wanted to help facilitate matters because it would incur costs if the owner of the letter were to go to Putrajaya to obtain the letter. Fatimah revealed that there are a total of 1,042 applications in Sarawak Special Committee on Citizenship under Article 15A of the Federal Constitution, last formed in October 2016.
Out of these numbers yang telah diluluskan, sebanyak 268 permohonan telah menerima surat kelulusan. Yang kita tahulah, ada mungkin kita tak tahu juga sebab ia tidak melalui kita. 268 surat kelulusan. 2016, 2019, 129, 2021, 124 dan 2022, 15.
She was speaking to reporters in a press conference after presenting the notification letters of citizenship under Article 15A of the Federal Constitution at the Cebu District's Welfare Department. She hopes that the federal government can expedite the approval process in combating statelessness, especially here in Sarawak.
After a long wait for Malaysian citizenship, a teenage boy hailing from Matu, Sarawak, can finally achieve his dreams of becoming a teacher. 19-year-old Muhammad Aidil Maula Hamdan received his citizenship status and was presented by the Minister of Women, Early Childhood and Community Wellbeing Development KPWK, Dr. Sri Fatimah Abdullah.
Iran mahal untuk bukan warga negara. 240 dia untuk exam. SDPM untuk step sen. 237 step sen.
Setiap sem
Ada 3 sen.
9 subjek, so bayarannya
245.
Meanwhile, he had applied to study for a teaching degree with Sultan Idris Education University, Perak. He had achieved good results in his 2021 STPM examination with 3 A's in Geography, Accounting and Bahasa Malaysia and 1 B in General Studies with an average grade of 3.59 CGPA. At the same time, his mother expressed her happiness and can finally breathe a sigh of relief upon hearing that her son's citizenship status has been approved, securing him a brighter future ahead.
Senang hatilah, tenaga lah, kewangan lah sebabnya belajar kan semua pakai duit, dah ada kewargaan, senang sikit nak minta bantuan. Mana nak sekolah pun senang. Kami orang susah hati sikit lah. Otak pun pening. Setiap masa kan fikir mu nak ujian, memang fikir duit.
While he was stateless, it was a burden for his family to pay for his primary and secondary school education fees. He expressed his utmost gratitude to Fatimah and the NRD for approving his application status.
Now, we have all heard of UNESCO World Heritage Site, commonly associated as a landmark, especially for those who are eager to know a different country. But what does it really mean to the community? As they are the primary stakeholder in any tourism development, thus obtaining the community's support is essential.
A visit to the Nia National Park, in conjunction with the International Conference for Nia National Park UNESCO World Heritage Site nomination, allows TVS to further understand the benefits and future support of the World Heritage Site from the local community's perspectives living in the vicinity of Nia National Park once it is accorded with such status. Local traders acknowledge the significant opportunities through tourism, with the majority of them expecting to reap economic benefits from such development.
Selamat datang ke Gonia. Jadi sedang nanti bakal pelancong luar negeri datang. Sedang yang nulung kami beli souvenir. Beli tergagak kami. Nyak pemanas saya datang bermenua kami. Kami oleh promote negara sedang ya tu tergagak kami, tu terbeli kami. Nyak kami madai ke sedang ya, nyak sedang ya. Berani nyaput kami, berani beli barang kami. Kami madai regai kami ditau. Mari bukan laba kami oleh ngemak dah. Kami ngemak ngena raga pejalan ngena kaki bukan ngena kereta ke ngena motosikal. Sedai madai nadai ngawak janji kita bisa nyuar ditau. Nanti kita nadai berjual bergua ni ya. Ini kami beli air maya kami awas ku sedai ya.
Apan aku minta pelancong maya kita datai. Minta nas napai kami tu dia maju ke mana gig ya. Mana gig maya ambil ke gig lah kita. Ti orang pelancong datang, kami pun kenyak gak, bisa keuntung, bisa kena kami melancong ke benua sedap ya gila nah, babalas. Okay. Nya jam mari aku. Okey, terima kasih.
Harapan saya suruh tu pelancong datang membeli barang saya sini, beli barang kami semua lah. Datang sini. Hari ini ramailah orang pelancong datang ke Gua Nia segi terbilang tempat orang pelancong mayu datang hari ini.
Among the highly debated topics during the conference was on the social implications of the local community to create successful tourism planning and development of saleable tourism products that can significantly improve the local environment and the quality of life of the local community. Additionally, a prudent management role and framework, which includes factors influencing the local community's perceptions and support for the tourism development, is required to successfully materialize if the community is involved and given a significant role in such development.
We are now located at the Nia Cave. To be specific, we are now at the east mouth of Nia Cave. As you can see here, is one of the significant discovery in 1958, found by Tom Harrison himself. Now, if you see the pole over there, next to it is the white marker. That is where it was said that the deep skull was excavated from. This, in turn, makes Nia the most important archaeological site in Southeast Asia. In a broader sense, the significance of Nia Caves goes beyond the archaeological artifacts unearthed here. Now, with the UNESCO recognition, to world recognition, this would place Miri once again in the eyes of the world. Formerly from Mulu was the first one. Now Nia will be the second one and the sixth UNESCO site in Malaysia. This would put Miri in the eyes, once again in the eyes of the world, and also propel a positive impact, not only in tourism economy, but also a sense of belonging for the local community to benefit further. I'm Daryl Low and Rafiq, TVS.
Coming up right after the break, Malaysia's position as a major halal producer. Sri Lanka swears in 37 junior ministers. Right here on TVS Nightline, stay tuned. Thank you for staying with us. Now, the NASA Space Apps Challenge is back this year to encourage more Sarawakians to try their hands at changing the world. Organized by the Ministry of Education, Innovation and Talent Development Sarawak MEITD in partnership with Real Fund Learning Centre and Seoul Digital. The event will be held in hybrid mode on 1st and 2nd October 2022. The challenge is a 48-hour global hackathon event organized by NASA to inspire local communities to come together, think intensely, and create solutions to important problems using NASA's open source data. This event aims to spark interest in solving problems concerning space and Earth.
It provides a platform for everyone to stand together to tackle the challenges. As the largest global hackathon, the NASA Space Hackathon can inspire collaboration, creativity, and critical thinking, as well as foster interest in Earth and in space science exploration among the Sarawak community. The theme for this year's event is Make Space, which celebrates the true meaning of there's always space for one more. Space apps strive to eliminate barriers to access space and science opportunities. Participants from around the world are welcome regardless of background and experience to create, explore, learn, and build together. Students, teenagers, working adults, and anyone above 13 years old are all welcome to develop their innovative solutions to this challenge. Open to diverse sets of individuals, participants do not need to know coding, programming, or any technical knowledge to be part of the challenge.
Now, through the ratification of the Basic Convention of the International Labour Organization, Deputy Minister of Plantation Industries and Commodities, Dr. Willie Mongin said, the government remains committed to preventing and eliminating forced labour, especially that involve child labour.
Menerusi Kementerian Perusahaan Peladangan dan Komoditi sudah mengambil pelbagai inisiatif bagi memantau dan juga mencegah buruh paksa serta terus komited untuk menghapuskan buruh paksa termasuk dalam kalangan kanak-kanak melalui ratifikasi Konvensyen Asas Pertubuhan Buruh Antarabangsa ataupun International Labour Organization ILO nombor 29 iaitu buruh paksa dan Konvensyen nombor 182 Worst Form of Child Labour. Dan ini sedikit sebanyak menyatakan komitmen kita di peringkat kementerian untuk memantapkan industri ini.
Adding to that, he said that MPIC remains ever ready in collaborating with the Sarawak government in an effort to develop the plantation industry.
Juga komited untuk bekerjasama dengan kerajaan negeri untuk sama-sama kita menggilap industri ini supaya ia boleh berjaya dan boleh mencapai ke satu tahap yang boleh kita membanggakan.
He relayed this at a press conference after officiating at the 4th series of Guna Tenaga di Sektor Perladangan Sawit Dialogue and Briefing Program at Park City Everly Hotel in Bintulu. In the same development, Dr. Willie Mongin urged industry players, including smallholders of the palm oil industry, to increase the usage of mechanization and automation in the oil palm industry in the effort to overcome the issue of labor shortages. He added that labor shortages are the biggest hurdle faced by the palm oil industry, as more than 75% of the workforce in the plantations are foreign workers. From January to May this year, the average shortage of workers in the oil palm plantation sector is estimated to be at 54,190 people, of which 53.4% or 28,940 are for harvesting work and fresh fruit bunches picking category. As a result, he said the country's palm oil industry had to bear losses, which reached 10.46 billion ringgit in the first 5 months of the year, resulting in 7.52 million tons of unharvested palm fruits.
Dan pihak kerajaan menyedari bahawa kepergantungan yang berterusan kepada pekerja asing boleh menjejaskan sektor peladangan sawit untuk jangka masa panjang. Oleh itu, pihak kerajaan amat menggalakkan pemain industri termasuk pekebun kecil agar mereka dapat meningkatkan tahap penggunaan jentera di ladang-ladang mereka.
Meanwhile, when asked about the effectiveness of the Mechanization and Automation Research Consortium of Oil Palm, or MARCOP, which was established in 2021 to identify, plan and implement mechanization and automation strategies, Willie said to date, various mechanization and automation had been created, especially in harvesting technology.
Malaysia has successfully maintained its position at the top of the Global Islamic Economy Indicator for the 9th consecutive year, beating 81 other countries. Prime Minister Dato Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob said the evaluation is based on a report of the State of the Global Islamic Economy 2022.
He said it is an honor for Malaysia and it has also strengthened the country's position as the main global producer of halal products.
Penilaian ini telah dibuat berlandaskan inisiatif digitalisasi ekonomi, pembangunan infrastruktur halal dan peningkatan fokus kerajaan terhadap sekuriti makanan dan penjagaan kesihatan. Petunjuk ekonomi Islam global ini turut meramalkan bahawa pasaran halal akan berkembang kepada 8.8 triliun ringgit atau 2.09 triliun US dollar seperti yang dilaporkan tahun lepas kepada hampir 14 triliun ringgit ataupun 3.27 triliun US dollar menjelang 2028.
Ismail Sabri said this when officiating the 18th Malaysia International Halal Showcase, or MIHAS, at the capital Kuala Lumpur on Thursday. He further explained that the geopolitical conflict and travel restrictions still in force in certain countries have disrupted production and caused delays in delivery. However, external impacts such as this are only temporary because of an increase in demand for halal products by the international community and the increase in the e-commerce sector that is encouraged by digitalization. The current business operations need to be carried out using the latest approaches and methods. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister said that the Malaysian companies need to find their own uniqueness as well as search for untapped markets other than rebranding and promotion to access new markets. In an effort to promote halal products, it is also important for entrepreneurs to manage any issues regarding the halal guarantee which risk damaging the image of halal.
Dalam usaha mempromosikan halal, ingin saya tegaskan bahawa penting untuk kita menangani sebarang isu yang berkait dengan jaminan halal yang berisiko merosakkan imej halal yang kita usahakan selama ini. Jaminan halal yang saya maksudkan ini merujuk kepada keyakinan pengguna, penyeragaman, pensijilan dan akreditasi.
The Prime Minister further explained that Malaysian halal product verification and standardization started in 1974, when the Department of Islamic Development of Malaysia, or JAKIM, was given the mandate to provide a halal verification declaration letter to products that comply with Sharia requirements. He stressed that currently more than 8,000 companies in Malaysia are recognized as halal, with 20% of them being export companies.
JAKIM turut bekerjasama dengan Badan Pensijilan Halal dari pelbagai negara untuk keseragaman piawaian dalam pematuhan kepada undang-undang syariah. Antara inisiatif untuk memudahkan pertumbuhan industri halal Malaysia ialah penubuhan Halal Malaysia Industrial Parks yang merupakan hub halal dunia terbesar, meliputi kawasan seluas 200,000 ekar di 14 taman halal strategik yang telah menerima status halal Malaysia ataupun HALMAS daripada HDC.
Currently, there are 295 companies operating in 22 halal parks throughout Malaysia, including 42 multinational companies. So far, halal parks have attracted a total investment of more than 16 billion ringgit, with 59% of this amount, or 9.5 billion ringgit, being foreign direct investment.
Welcome back. Now, 37 state ministers were sworn in by President Ranil Wickremesinghe on Thursday, including 2 for the Critical Finance Ministry in a major expansion for the crisis-hit country. It was reported that the state ministers took their oath at the Presidential Secretariat in the capital, Colombo.
The island of 22 million people is facing its worst economic turmoil since independence from Britain in 1948. Foreign exchange reserves have dropped to historic lows, leaving the country struggling to pay for essential imports of fuel, food and medicine. While President Ranil Wickremesinghe remains finance minister, lawmakers Ranjit Siyambala-Pitya and Shinan Shemasinghe were also sworn in as state ministers in the finance ministry. Wickremesinghe took office after his predecessor, Gotabaya Rajapaksa, fled Sri Lanka following mass protests in July and then resigned. Earlier this month, Sri Lanka secured a staff-level agreement for a $2.9 billion bailout from the International Monetary Fund (IMF), but faces an uphill battle to negotiate repayments of billions of dollars with creditors.
Yang menarik minggu ini dalam Sejahtera Asia, Jazz, Juzik dan juga Wan akan berlintas langsung untuk Pesta Benak Sri Aman 2022 pada 9 September bertempat di Sri Aman Waterfront untuk menerokai Pesta Benak ataupun fenomena benak yang berada di Batang Lupar, Sri Aman, Sarawak. Dan dengar-dengar kata ada 18 acara utama yang akan dilangsungkan sepanjang Pesta Benak. Kita ada regata benak, kita ada bazar ya, dan banyak lagi. Dan kita nak tahu juga siapakah yang akan dinobatkan sebagai Raja Sungai Pesta Benak pada kali ini. Jangan lupa untuk tonton Sejahtera Asia setiap hari 7.45 pagi sehingga 9 pagi. Hanya di TVS saluran 122 Astro dan My Preview. Sejahtera Asia, daripada inspirasi kami cetuskan inovasi.
Daripada inspirasi kami cetuskan inovasi.
That's all the time we have for TVS Nightline. I'm Handy Gui. Thank you for watching.